Was my
I
boy
was
Busy
jamming
was
into
back there. You
that.
was jamming. I saw you. They say that my intro music, Josiah did my intro. Everybody loves my intro
Oh,
music. Yep.
yes, I love
So
it.
listen,
I
y'all.
love
I
it.
got my boy here. My boy Busy Blue is in the house, and we are here to just do a listen. We both found out that we love Big Brother, right? And
Yes.
so we are going to be here on Friday nights, giving you the Big Brother roundup until the end of the season, barring any other conflicts on Friday nights. But we're going to get you guys once a week and just do a roundup of all things Big Brother. Now, I don't do all of the live feeds, but I watch some of the videos on the live feeds. Do you watch the live feeds?
So I do watch the live feeds, but I don't like to do updates on them. So I watch them. I'm up to date on everything that happens. I got my fiance addicted to it. So if I'm not watching it, he's watching it. He was just telling me what was going on with Felicia and how she was doing her stuff. So I guess her mic, or they cut off everybody's mic but her mic by mistake, because you know how they, when they turn the feeds down and turn off everybody's mic, they had kept her mic on. But I guess she's the best one to keep on anyway.
I
If
was gonna say,
anybody's left was mic was left on, it would be her. So I am in tune to it. I just don't do updates on it. I don't want people to get
okay,
thinking that I do that type of stuff, and then they're looking for me to give them feed
give
updates.
them
Like,
regular updates. Well, you
yeah,
know
I got a job.
right. See, so the thing with me, the reason why I got out of the habit of watching the live feeds is because I used to click in, but I felt like every time I clicked in, I was clicking in at probably the most boring part. I used to actually even I used to record the live feeds. Remember when the live feeds used to come on? What was it? They used to come on like some channel that hardly anybody knew about. Um,
Yes,
and I would record
I
them. They would come on at night.
hated that time.
Yeah, they used to come on at night at like for like 5 hours at night. And I would always see it would be the most boring. And I was like, so this is I never caught the good stuff.
Sometimes it
I
was
just stopped
good
watching
though.
it.
Sometimes it was good.
Oh, that
Sometimes
was
that
it.
I remember my because my mother who got me into Big Brother, and I don't know, did you start watching from the beginning?
No, I started watching. I don't remember the first season that I watched, but I know I missed the first at least 3 seasons.
Okay.
I remember watching it over at somebody's house. We were over there one night and they were like, it was a Friday night, so I don't know what used to come on. I remember it was a Friday, it was a Friday or Sunday, but I remember
Yeah.
they were like into it, and I was like, I have no idea. It was some sort of competition, and it was Danielle's season. Is it
Okay.
was it Danielle?
Danielle
Oh,
Reyes. That
the
was
black
my
chick, the black chick
yes.
that I think she was like she had
Danielle
short hair.
Reyes. Yes,
So it
that
was
was my
her
first
season.
season. She lost to somebody from Rochester, New York, my hometown.
You from New? I didn't know you were from upstate New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was Pop. You're right, Miss Toby. Shout out
It
to
was
everybody
pop, yeah.
coming in the room. Come on in, you guys. Hey. Um.
It's hard
Well,
to
thank
get
you,
black
Montrez.
people to so if I'm being honest, the only reason I even got into YouTube, like hand to God, was that I've loved Big Brother since I was young. And you know, I went to Howard. And once I left Rochester to go to Howard, I still watched Big Brother. Nobody knew what the show was. It was like I was in this circle of black people, and people were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, Big Brother. No one watched it. And it was like, I couldn't find one person who was black who watched the show. So I was like, there
Uh-uh.
has to be people who are black who watch this
That watch
TV show.
Big Brother, right?
Yeah. So that's the reason why I started my channel, Hands to Bible. I was like, look, I'm going to get on there and I'm going to find other black people who watch Big Brother. And
Well,
that's
I'm
the
glad you
only reason I
did.
started it.
Well, I'm glad you did. And you know what? So getting into this season, something that I watched one of your shorts because okay, people are coming in. And if you don't know Busy Blue, which you should know Busy Blue, so Busy Blue is he's one of my brethren, DMV, well by way of Rochester, HBCU. We got HBCU in common, and we got
Yeah.
Big Brother in common, and I watch your shorts, and one of your first shorts, I was like, Busy. The thing about Busy is he says what everybody else is thinking. You might not want to admit that you're thinking it. He says it. And when you did that short on that first competition, and you was like, yeah, so when Jared went down, I was like, that's cool. We got 3 more competitions. But then
Then the
I
rest of the
said,
black people went down.
listen, I was sitting here watching it, and I said the same thing. I said, so you mean out of 4 competitions, 3 of them had to be the black folk? I said, so, and in my mind, I was like, so no matter how this goes, one of the black folk is going home in the first week.
And we can't even blame it on nothing. I wanted to be like, this is racist, but I was like, Busy, you lying. Like, you lying. I couldn't even blame it on anything. It was just very hard to watch.
I said, so we just gonna lose the first, and I just knew it was gonna be Miss Felicia.
Felicia, yeah.
They always go for the older people, so I just knew it was gonna be her. Child.
That's true. This is kind of an anomaly that we had a young black girl who left first. That's kind of it normally doesn't happen that way.
It usually doesn't. And let me say this. So the older people this season, I mean, we'll get to high school in a minute. But the older people this season are stamping. They've created their own space. They are not stupid. They're not allowing themselves to be manipulated or be pawns. I'm here for the Cyree Felicia connection.
Do you like it better though when they're ignorant?
They're hilarious, huh?
Do you like it better when they're ignorant? Because I think what I used to like more about the older people is that they kind of got the show, but then they also just became like the parent of the house. Like that's why we kept them for so long. Like the Jerrys, like the what's old boy's name? Like
Jerry was cute.
We would keep them. Yeah, we would keep them for so long. I like
Jerry. But I'm gonna be honest, I like it better. Let me tell you something about this season that I'm not sure how I feel about it yet.
Tell me your gripes. Tell me.
When I tell you this season, I have never in my life seen and again, you've seen all of them, so you can tell me these people are not playing. Like off the break, they were like, "Yeah, you're my target. Yeah, I'm sending you. I'm sending," and they're telling each other to their face, like,
"This is old school Big Brother."
Right. So we know that y'all have an alliance. We have an alliance. So that's just what it's gonna be. I was like,
this is season 6, which is why I'm excited about the pressure cooker coming back, because this is season 6, this is season 7, this is season 8, season 9, where it was very clear. You remember in season 6, that was with Janelle and Casey. Like the house was just split because everybody loved Cappy, and we all gotta do stuff for Cappy. And then there was a whole other side with John.
I always loved Janelle. Janelle was always my girl.
That's my girl, okay? And then there was a whole nother side with James Ryan and Janelle. And kids, there was like, well, no, James Ryan was kind of in the middle, but it was just like, we're not following that white firefighter, man. We don't even know him like that. He was here for 3 days, and y'all sitting here, oh, we love Cappy. And it was just very clear, the division in the house and the tension. It's what keeps you at the edge of your seat when you watch Big Brother, because you want to see where is the pendulum gonna swing. Okay, they got it. They got it.
Last night, the clip last night when Jag was talking to Cyrene and they were talking about trying to keep Riley when they flipped the house that first time when they flipped it, and they were going to try to keep Riley.
Were you not excited though?
And Jag was like, so I mean, she was like, well, who do you have? And he was like, well, we have this person, this person, this person, this person. She was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, I mean, I got the numbers if we want to keep Riley. He was like, the look on his face was like, you do? She was like, yeah, I got him. I was like, yeah.
You think so?
You better let him know you got the numbers.
I'm telling you, it's just so amazing. And that's what I love about Big Brother. It's what I love about the show. It's what I love about the game. It's normally the summer season, but because of the writer's strike, they had to push it back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I look forward to every single year. What's your obsession about Big Brother? Because I just like to people watch. I'm nosy. And I love sociology. I like people interaction. That's why I like reality shows.
I think that might be my thing too. I think Big Brother is the only competition reality show that I ever was like, I could do that. Like, I feel like I could be on Big Brother and be a contender.
Oh my God. Have you tried out before?
No, I never did. I never auditioned, but I
You
always was like, I
should.
could do this. I was like, I could do Big Brother.
You know me, so you can get on the show if you want to. You because they be asking me.
You get on this. I think you would be hilarious.
Girl, no, I got some skeletons in the closet that I don't need the Lord or nobody else to see. Girl, I don't want nobody to see any of my stuff. I was talking to Tiffany the other day, and she was like, "Blue, I'm really mad that you still haven't gotten on there yet. Like you already family, but you will be good." And I said, Tiffany, if you knew the stuff that I've done, okay, especially at Howard,
we would not. We do not want to open up that.
We don't want to open up any of that. I'm gonna keep it closed, but I think you'll be good. I think that you will be good. What type of player you think you'll be? You think you'll be in your face? Like if you could pick any player from the past that you think you'll play, like who would it be? I'll be Rachel Riley. People will hate me.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I'm gonna be honest. I would be like a Miss Felicia. I would do a lot of talking. I would do a lot of talking, but not say nothing because I talk. I love to talk. Yeah, but I wouldn't talk game. I would just be talking. Like, yeah, here come Mims with his messy. Listen, trust me. Oh, now you want to talk about an eviction speech here for the masses, baby? Let them put me on the block.
You think you're gonna? Oh, so you're gonna be that girl for the eviction speech? You know, I would love to see. I say you try out. Tell them you know me. Girl, you can at least get 2 steps in. I don't know how far.
Would you say that'll get you in the door?
Right. It'll get you in the door.
Like Mim said, I'm sneaky, shady, and deceptive. And when it comes to something like that,
you have to be.
Yeah,
you have to be. It's this type of game. I think that what's interesting this season, and I think we're gonna get into the week soon, but I think what's interesting this season is that Sari is playing from Survivor, and you know, Survivor is a 30-day game. Yeah, and it happened so fast. And I was listening to someone recap it. I want to say it was like TV Talks with Tom or somebody like that. But he had me start thinking how fast she was playing. Because, you know, she be sunning Jared all the time. I mean, it's her child. But she'd be like, you need to stop saying that. You need to stop doing that. You need to da-da-da. And then there was one time that he was like, Ma, just slow down. Like, we're going to be here for 3 months. Like, this is not Survivor. You need to slow down and calm down because we're going to be here for a long time. You need to stop playing so hard. Like, chill. It's okay, be nice to people. Yeah, we got 2.5 more months and you playing like we leaving tomorrow. This is not Survivor, sweetie. You need to slow down. Yeah. And I love watching her try to figure that aspect out. Like her son is helping her and she's helping her son. Well, she just be son of her son. But she really
I can't wait until it comes out that damn because okay, 2 questions and then we're gonna get into this week. My first question is were you shocked that when Luke got kicked out, they really did still do an eviction? I just knew they weren't going to do an eviction that week. I was. Strike, and then I was like, that's a perfect opportunity for them to stretch out the season. Is to give everybody a free week. But when they still evicted old girl, I was like, wow.
Because you know what? I think they plan in advance double evictions, triple evictions, and stuff like that. So if we have to remove someone, we'll just have a regular eviction and no double leaves. Yeah. So it makes it a lot easier for us to like digest. I did not want her to leave. And I really was thinking, oh my God, with Luke being gone, this gives an opportunity.
Remember they did that last year with Taylor. I just knew. I said, okay. So I was like, okay, we got to pass this week. All right. So my second question, and then we'll get into this week. What's your take on the Luke situation?
I am not one of the. Oh, can I give some inside tea?
Give it to us. Give it to us.
Okay. This is inside tea, y'all.
We listening.
But no. So first, I'll say I don't think Luke is racist. I don't think he was being racist. I think he was using it in jest. But because he became comfortable with these people. I think it's probably a term that he uses. I think it's something he says
I think it's something he says regularly amongst his group of friends, and it's
Yes,
throughout his. I do not think he's racist, and I do
at
not think he was
all.
saying it in a racist way. I agree with you on that.
A slur is a slur, and I think that that's where the
Right.
problem is. Like you can't pick and choose when the word is going to be good or bad. If the terms and conditions say don't use this word, don't use this word. There's
Right.
words for Hispanics, I'm not gonna say. There's
Right.
words for white people, I'm not gonna say. For
Jewish
Asians, that I'm
people,
not gonna
Asian, yeah,
say.
yeah,
Yeah, so you have to be cognizant of those things. And whether or not I thought that he did it right or wrong, he used the word that you should not use. So I felt like people who were going too hard, it was like, calm down, y'all. Like he said the word that he shouldn't say, so that's why he's eliminated from the game. Good for Big Brother, but don't go in and call him a racist and try to target him because I don't think that's true. I don't think that's fair. And from what I hear, some people couldn't even. Some people lost their privilege to even interview um some of the evict the house guests because they went in too hard.
Oh, I got you.
Oh,
All right, you can leave it
yeah.
there. I feel you. I feel you.
Yes.
Mim said that Busy would be everybody's friend. I think you would have an awesome social game.
My
You would.
social game will be down packed. Like everybody loves me. Like it's very easy, and I make everyone feel like they're my best friend because I want everyone to have the same experience about me. I don't want anyone to have a sour taste in their mouth, and if they do, it's because of something that I know I did.
Right. We say, I
I
know
don't
what
want
I did.
any. Yeah, if somebody was like, "Oh, such and such said they don't like you," they should because because of this.
Because I
I don't
know.
want. Yeah, I don't want anyone to have a sour taste in my mouth. That's something that my mom raised us up like. You just treat everybody great, treat everybody the same. You don't have to treat everybody nasty. It doesn't matter who you are. Treat them, like they're your friend, like somebody you know.
Right.
And I have learned that throughout the years, you actually you get more bees with honey, than you do
Yeah.
with anything. So you're nicer that way. And then if people don't like me, it's because I know I did something
You
and
say, and I know
I'm
what I
not
did.
clueless.
Right. It's no right.
Nobody will ever come to me and be like, well, such and such said they had a problem with you. You'll never catch me saying, wait, what? They have a problem with me. It's like, oh no, I know.
Right. Be like, yeah, they should.
They should have a problem. What did you feel
All
about the
right.
Luke interview? Did you feel this? I mean, Luke exiting. Did you feel the same way?
So I agree with you. I do not feel like he's racist. I feel like that's a word that he uses amongst his friends. He got comfortable and it slid out. You saw it in his face as soon as it came out of his mouth. The fact that he was talking to Jared Corey, whatever that boy's name is. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that he was talking to Corey, a little white boy, when he said it, in my mind, it lets you know, and it was not with malice. He was saying it like
Mm-hmm.
blah 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 blah. Now
Yeah.
the flip side, and this was my issue, and some people agree with me, some people didn't. I had a bigger issue with Jared giving him a pass. Now
Mm.
I don't mean that Jared should have jumped up and punched him. That is not what I'm saying either.
Right. Right. Right.
However, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Jared went out of his way to make him feel comfortable after saying it. Like, I would have definitely made him feel uncomfortable. Like, you're not going to sit here and feel like, because by the time Jared was like, oh yeah, man, I date white women, and I told my girl that white people did like all of that. That bothered me more
Yeah.
than because again, he didn't say it at Jared with a on it. But the fact that in my mind, I feel like Jared should have checked him. And
It was a
again,
teachable moment.
it was definitely a teachable moment, but I feel like the lesson he taught was some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when his mama see that playback, and then even when they had the house meeting, when they told everybody Luke was leaving, and remember when Corey was trying to explain it, and he cut Corey off and was like, I don't think we should be talking about this. And I was like, whoa, wait,
That
what?
was weird to me. But what was more weird, how did Heisem not hear it?
Heisem heard it because you could see it in his face. You could see it in his face. Heisem heard that shit.
He was like, I have no idea what y'all talk about.
Heisem face froze when Luke said that Heisem went.
Right. He was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And you saw how fast Heisem left that room. Because Heisem thought it was about to be a problem. Heisem and Corey got out that room so fast, they got out of that room.
I was so confused when he was like, I don't know what you're talking. I didn't hear that. And Corey was like, oh, you didn't hear it? Corey was about to fight. I feel like Corey was the black one in the situation. He was like, oh, so you didn't hear it? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't hear anything at all. Corey was like, oh, so you didn't hear it at all? Corey was about to fight him. Okay,
so you watched the live feeds. Okay, let's get into this week. So you watched the live feeds. Yeah. I saw a clip on Twitter, and I should have saved it. I saw a clip on Twitter, one of the Big Brother Twitter feeds that I follow. There was a clip of, I think it was Cyrene.
Siri, what's she doing? Serene.
I'm sorry. Talking to Miss Felicia. Allegedly, Heisem made a comment about Jag and them not being black but being brown, and he wants to work with the brown people in the room in the house or something to that effect. That was interesting to me. I'm not sure where that came from with Heisem.
They called them that. I think because he was saying he doesn't want to do brown on brown crimes or evictions or something like that. But I think that people who don't consider themselves like African Americans or black, like Middle Eastern or Indian or
Muslim,
Native people,
so maybe that's where that was coming from.
They look at him. Is he like is Heisem's like Egyptian, right?
Yeah, he's Egyptian. So, sir, you're from Africa. You're from Africa. But I don't know if you know.
He looks at himself as brown. What continent that's on. But he looks at himself as brown. So it wasn't weird to me. His reasoning was, but then I thought to myself, well, I want to say the black people, so I would be like, nope, I'm not going to evict another black person. So I can understand a brown person now wanting to evict another brown person. Because I think like Middle Eastern and they consider themselves like browns.
Right.
Which you're not you're not supposed to use, like yellow for Asians, red for Japanese people. Like that was a big problem at one point. Like you're not supposed to colorize or other individuals that way.
And again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but that's definitely a whole conversation about people who are from the northern part of Africa versus the southern part of Africa. But I ain't going down that rabbit hole today. So this week we had the whole scary verse nether region twist where people had to keep leaving the house and missing important events and then coming back into the house. So we started.
What did you feel about that HOH game?
Listen, your description was fucking hilarious. It was when you were like, don't you sound stupid describing the game?
It's dumb. This whole HOH, a lot of people thought it was creative, though. I'm gonna give CBS a pass because people thought it was creative.
I did like the game. It was different because you know what I thought they were gonna play? When I first saw them out front of that house, I said, please don't let this be we're gonna crawl around in the dark and step in gross shit and have to find our way out.
Oh, they did that season 21 with like Camp Comeback in them, Jess, David, whoever the older guy was during that season, and Kimmy. They had to do something like that.
They've done that at least twice, and I was like, please don't let it be though. We got to crawl around in the dark. And
you don't like that game?
No, I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I feel like we've seen it. Like they've done it at least twice.
It's like hide and go Fido, but in the dark.
Well,
I like that game. You know, I thought it was going to be that. Did you watch Celebrity Big Brother?
Yeah.
You watched the season with Tamar and Candy, right? That was a good season.
That was a good season.
But I thought it was going to be the one where Tamar was like, God said he won't. And she decided she wasn't going to go in there. And she literally did. I ain't never seen that ever on Big Brother. She did not play that game at all. She said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going in that house. God said no. And I'm not doing it. I thought they were going to play that one.
Okay. But I did like it. I thought it was cool. I did like it. Jared. So somebody in my comments was saying they're glad that Jared shouldn't have been trying to win because it would have exposed his game.
Yes.
So do you agree that Jared shouldn't have even allowed himself to even be in that position to win the HOH?
I didn't think about that at first, but I was talking to one of my friends and She was actually upset that he was even gunning for it.
That's what
And I
somebody
was
was
like,
saying in my
yeah, I
comments.
was like, why? And then it was like, you're in such a good spot. This is why I probably wouldn't be good at Big Brother, because I'm ready to play. I'm ready. I'm Rachel Riley. Okay, floaters grab a life vest. I'm playing. But if you're in such a good social position, nobody's looking at you. Why do you want to get blood in your hands when no one's thinking about you? It doesn't matter who wins HOH, you're gonna be good because you're in this great safe space. And then I thought to myself, yeah, that's true. Like it doesn't make sense for him to win it. It doesn't make sense for Sarita to win it because y'all in such a good social position. If you feel like, okay, maybe this may be my week, then you will win it. But
Right.
outside of that, there's no reason to win comps that nobody's thinking of you for. Let somebody else do the dirty
Right.
work.
Right. And also, it's a good situation because you're playing double agent right now. So why put
Mm-hmm.
yourself in a position to possibly expose something? Because you have to figure out a way to protect your mom and her allies, not the whole alliance, but
Yeah.
the people she's the closest to, without looking like that's what you're doing.
Oh my God, that leads perfectly into him going to, because you know Heisem wins the HOH, and then we go to that
Right.
nether region
We go to
conversation.
the nether region,
What
whatever.
Jag was the most random person. Who would you have picked? But because his mom, when he talked to Cerise, she was like, "This is going to draw a line in the sand if you do this wrong. So you need
True.
to be careful about who you pick." But Jag,
Why didn't he pick somebody from the other? Why would you pick somebody from your own alliance?
because it kept them safe, right?
Oh no, that's right. No. That's right. Because it kept them safe. So I didn't think Jag was a bad. Once you explained, like once they explained, I was like, well, Jag really isn't a bad decision
He
because
just is random
Heisem
as
told
hell.
you, but Heisem told you who he absolutely did not want you to touch. So you don't
Yeah,
want to piss off the HOH. So he gave you three names. Okay, so those three people are boom, they're out, right?
right.
You know he's not going to pick anybody from his own alliance. You're safe. Well, no, actually, he wasn't safe. So that's why he didn't want to piss off Heisem because he wasn't safe. So
True.
I kind of understood because that only left Blue, him, and well, he couldn't pick himself. That only left Blue, Jag, and Corey.
Yeah. And
So I kind of, I
you
mean,
have
and
to pick someone from your alliance because it
it
keeps
keeps
them
them safe,
safe, and you're
right?
showing that you're still on this girl. But when I'm sorry, the big highlight for me was when what's her name? Riley was losing it.
Oh,
She
she's
was
like, you
like,
better pick me. You gotta pick me. But I understood where she was coming from. Like she saved him the week before. She had a valid point. She
how
did.
valid is it though? Okay, really be how valid is it if, and this is what my problem with her was, you gotta name the thing. You know, all last the first week, she didn't say, okay, when I save y'all, you gotta do something for me. She
Right.
didn't, she
True.
never said it at all. She just saved them. So now when it came
That's
down
true.
to working with her, it's like she's sitting here trying to use this over my head, girl. I didn't promise you nothing.
That's true.
She was
Mm,
crumbling though. It was sad. It was sad and funny to watch. That girl was crumbling. I remember I was watching her in the feast and I was like, she don't even look as happy as she did on the first couple of days. She was losing it because she knew, and she was right. Like, if you don't pull me down, I'm going to go.
she
Like,
knew.
you need to save me.
She knew that Heisen was coming for her. And Heisen was like, well, that's because she said she was coming for me. And I was like, well, I mean,
Who tells their person that? Who? I mean, they've been kind of transparent, but for someone to come straight up to you, be like, "I heard you say my name," I would be like, "I've been saying everybody's name, so I don't know
that's
who's
what I'm
trying to
saying.
start a fight."
And that's what I was saying from the beginning. I was like, why? I mean, everybody, like, why do we have to be this honest? I'd have been like, well, I had to pick somebody. Like, sorry. You seem like a strong competitor. That always seems to flatter people. You just seem like a strong competitor. And
it didn't work because she started saying that. Remember, she was crying. She was like, you're so strong. You're so amazing. He was like, I don't care.
Mims is so shady. Thank you for the super chat, Mims.
Mims is nobody's virgin. Legs wide open. Let's be clear. And I want to make sure that we put this out. This is a statement, and these are facts. Limbs is not a virgin. Legs wide open. Thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it, but I need you to start stating facts. I love
Mims. Busy Blu has spoken. And who am I to disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying the facts are the facts. Y'all could get it. Y'all DM him. Y'all. He is available to the world. Okay.
Not to the world.
you may
not
have a
available
chance
to the world.
But I thought it was crazy that she like really was like, I did say your name. That's what I felt, because there's so many different ways she could have played it, and I would have been so general. Like I said your name. I would have named everybody in the house. I said everybody's name. People kept coming to me, and I just kept saying names. Yeah.
It was so many different ways to handle that. Just like a straight, like, yeah. But that's what I was saying. Like, these people are just being really blunt, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that yet. Like, I don't know if I'm happy that they're cutting out the bullshit, or
like it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But it messes up your game. You have to strategically tell the truth. And because I feel like
remember, 3 months. We got 3 months. We got a long game. Like, we're not even at jury yet.
That's true.
See, now he go him. Now I'm on the wrong team. Mims, you know I love you, boo. Mims, you know you my boo thing. You my boo thing, Mims.
How do you feel about, because I think what's bothering me about Hisam, because as we know, he, after all of that, Jag goes to another region. This week, why are you winning competitions like this much so fast? Like, it's okay to fake something.
So aggressively.
To be honest, yes. That's true. If we talking millions each, yes, that is true. You're gonna keep going, girl. You about to make some money tonight.
I know, right? Thank you, ma'am. So
it's too much, too soon. When
he almost won that first HOH. The only person that beat his time was Riley.
Right. Now that was stupid for her. But then when he won the Veto 2, I said, you got to go. You have to go. Or you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, stop it. Because you're doing way too much.
Right. He's won 3 out of the first 4 comps.
In a row. Really be in a row. It's like you don't even give people a chance to try to remember what was the last one he won? Because it was Veto, HOH, Veto again. Like, they're coming back to back. If you don't want to be seen as a comp beast, you win the HOH. Let a week go by. Let something happen. Then you win another thing, little Veto. Right. Then you win something later. He's doing it back to back to back. You don't even give people a chance to forget how strong you are. It's weird to me that he's winning this, like, everything this closely together.
I agree. I'm with you on that one. So Jag comes back, and then they have to pick somebody to go that can't play in the Veto. Now, this is the one that I thought was stupid. Jade volunteers to go because she didn't want Red to not get the opportunity to play.
Who?
What's her name? Blue. What's the girl's name? Jane? The one from Australia?
Oh, her name looks like Bowie, but it's Bowie.
Bowie. Okay. Damn, I just made up a whole name for her. Bowie. But see, she's forgettable because now you want to talk about a floater. Bowie is floating, and they need to keep an eye on her. Because
she's doing a great job, though.
Yeah, they need to keep an eye on Miss
She
Bowie.
under the radar.
Yes, she is. Now she volunteered to go, and her logic, which I don't think I believe it. I think she just didn't want to be a part of the veto, so she didn't have to worry about none of that. But her logic was, oh well, I didn't want them to pick Red to go, so Red couldn't play in the veto and try to save his friend Cameron. That was a whole lot of thought process in that. I don't know if I believe her.
I didn't think about that at all. I mean, I want to say I assume that it's true. Because she has no skin in the game. Like,
right.
I think you're right with her things like, girl, my name Bennett, I'm not in it. And
I
don't got no reason to even be here.
And that's what I think. I think her reason was, let me just be out of it. I'm gonna go to wherever this nether region place is for a little while and do whatever it is that they do with the nether. They probably just sitting in a room somewhere, sleep. I don't know. But whatever it is in the nether region, let me just go. Okay. So Heisem wins the HOH. He keeps the noms the same. And then he gives this crazy ass veto speech.
Oh, I can't with him.
What in the entire hell was
it was as bad as Sam's speech? Do you remember Sam's speech when she nominated? I'm sure you watched this season, but remember Sam and she became a robot at one point?
Yeah.
She had put up Haley, and she put up oh dang, what's the name of the girl who couldn't put the puzzle together and she got evicted? She put up Haley, and she put up I want to say her name is
As
Kirsten.
you can see, I'm not good with names, so I don't remember these.
I want to say it's Kristen or Kirsten or something like that, but she put up those two, and then Sam got up there and she was like, well, I'm just gonna say that y'all have been disrespectful to yourselves, and the men in the house deserve a little bit more respect the way y'all been treating them. And to be honest, I wish y'all had more respect for yourselves. Y'all don't contribute anything to the house. If anything, you take more from the house. And this is why I nominated y'all both. And I remember Haley's face was like, I know this bitch is not talking to me like this. And I was thinking to myself, so you the morality piece? Because they both were talking to guys. Haley had Fessy. And then the other girl, I think she was talking, Caitlin, thank you so much, Steph. Caitlin, I mean, she was dibbling dabbling with all the dudes, but so you trying to say because I'm in a showmance or flirting with guys that I'm not respecting myself, or I'm not bringing more to the house? That was one of the first times that I was looking at the TV like, who are you to judge?
Baby, Heisem said
he's kidding her.
Heisem said, Riley, I choose not to use the veto because you are my target. And now I am asking the house to make sure it's a unanimous vote. I was like,
very clear. If any of y'all hoes in here vote for her,
right? I was like, damn. So it's not good enough that she just get evicted. You want it to be unanimous.
He was very clear. If any of y'all even vote for her, he said something about what he said. He said something like, I'm very direct, I'm very clear, and I don't want people making side alliances, and I don't need. I'm thinking this is going way too far.
Yeah, and when you piss off your own alliance after the veto, like his own alliance was like, who the hell he think he talking?
I thought Sari was going to, because she was staying in the storage room with Izzy, that she was going to tell him about himself. And I was ready for her to do it. And the stuff that she was saying, I was like, Sari, go tell him. She was like, who the do you think you are? And you gonna tell us what we're not supposed to do? And she said, I'm gonna have the conversation tonight. She never had the conversation, but I was hoping that she would.
Yeah, she didn't have the conversation. But it definitely looked like they were pissed. And so the house flipped, but then the house flipped back. Like the house actually flipped to save Riley, but then it flipped.
How did you feel about that? Because it ping-ponged from veto to eviction night, kind of. They were going back and forth. I called my mom right before Big Brother started because we normally text throughout it, but I was like, Mom, I want to get your take. Who you think leaving today? And she was like, oh, hands down Cameron, because she's watching the feeds. But it kept ping-ponging all day.
It
How
kept
did
ping
you
pong.
feel about the ping ponging?
I
And
knew
do
it was
you feel
gonna be
like it's
Riley.
dumb for
I knew it
your?
was gonna be when Matt voted for Riley. I said, okay, they done flipped.
Did you think it was weird for his own alliance to try to give him a humbling?
No, because now again, I don't watch the feeds like you do, but I think their plan is they want to lull him into a sense of security and backdoor him. And I'm cool with that. But the
Yeah.
problem with that is it's a long week and something will happen and they might change. Although it looks like Heisem is still pissing people. Like even one of the tweets I saw today was like, I don't think Heisem knows he's not HOH anymore. Like it seems like he's still pissing people
Oh,
off.
I haven't even checked on Twitter. I mean, on Big
They were
Brother
like,
all day.
Heisem,
He's
they were
still
like,
making people
Heisem.
mad.
Yes. Well, I told you the black brown comment pissed off Cyree and Felicia.
Somebody needs to talk to him. Like it has to know. Like I ain't gonna lie, because of how emotional I can get, I would not be the person to talk to him because then it would be too straightforward.
I wouldn't pick you, and it wouldn't be me either.
Thank you,
I don't have a lot of tact. I don't have a lot of tact. Like,
but somebody has to say to him, like, our alliance is getting pissed off.
Yeah. Like I save my tact when I deal with my kids. I don't have the same patience with adults because I have to use it all for my students. So my patience with adults is just short. So I wouldn't be the best person to choose either. I think maybe Miss Felicia would be a good person. I don't know who could talk to him. Is he? No, absolutely not.
Miss Felicia don't got the time. Like she's just as straightforward. She used to annoy me the first week.
Yeah, Red would get caught up in his hillbilly shit and wouldn't even understand what he was saying by the time he got done. He would use like 20 analogies about
maybe it's squirrels.
Yeah, about field mice and the squirrels and the farm. And you'd be sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you came to talk to me about something.
Right. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
I feel like Sari would be the best person there, maybe.
On there, maybe Bowie. You think Bowie could do it?
It's Bowie though.
Okay.
You know what's crazy is because we live here. That's the only reason I remember her name, because of Bowie. And I'll be thinking to myself, that's wrong, Busy. It's a hard O.
Okay,
it is Bowie.
I'm trying to remember that. Bowie.
Yeah, because all the girls live in Bowie, but nobody's moving. But it's Bowie. That's my only problem. The problem is, you know what? Maybe not. And you want to know why? Because
Q said Busy is not going to be able to do it.
Q, you ain't never no lies told. No lies told. You remember when they went to, who did they go to? I think it was this last episode. And Sari went to Mimi, Nicole, and she was like, I need to go to her and tell her that I'm feeling like flipping.
She's a political consultant. She knows how to talk. Mimi would probably.
I know her.
You know her in real life?
Because we do the same work.
We need to talk.
Yes. But I feel like she would be better.
I have a background in that as well, right? My undergrad degree is political science. I've done.
God, that's all I do. That's my life. My boring ass life.
Oh, we need to talk for real. We do. Like offline. We need to talk for real.
We'll talk offline.
I owe you a drink anyway. I owe you a happy hour.
You do. You really do. Y'all. And I'll tell y'all, look, we did a video together. And it was the whether you like it or not panel, y'all.
Right.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all. So I'm talking directly to ReallyB, like nobody else, right? I'm like, oh my God, ReallyB, okay, text me, call me, let's do stuff. I had conversations with everybody else in the group but her. And then I was begging the other people. I was like, can you please? Does she not like me like that? Can you please tell her? I had conversations with every other person in that chat, every other person on that panel, but her. And I was thinking to myself, I only put my phone number in there for her, like because you can't private chat someone in StreamYard. Like
your phone number. I took your phone number down.
Everybody took my phone number down, and when I stopped talking to every person but you. And I was like,
Listen,
I literally put my phone number in here for Really Be to take it down. She
listen.
was the last person I heard from. And I looked at this phone like this.
I owe you a drink. We're gonna do it soon. I owe you a drink. I owe you a whole happy hour situation. We go somewhere with the appetizers that's free before 6 or something. I got a whole situation.
And y'all see now I gotta get a discount. This is ghetto. Now I got to get a discount. She's doing a 5 for 5.
I was just saying, like, we'll go to happy hour is what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying we'll go to happy hour.
Otherwise, I feel like Mimi would have been the best one, or Sari, because I think Sari said in, I want to say it was this last episode, you can't tell Izzy. I mean, you can't tell Bowie, because Bowie, she ain't gonna be able to handle it well. So I think strategically, it would be Mimi or, oh my God, we didn't even talk about it. We skipped right over. How you been feeling about Mimi's? Well, you don't watch the feeds, but you watch
her little breakdowns in
her storage room. That's the showmance we've been needing for a while. Mimi go in that storage room. It's almost like she goes in there and they say, "This is your diary room session." She just talks and talks and talks. Yes. All you need is grapes in there, and Mimi is gold. I love her in the storage room. It's my favorite thing to watch.
And is it me, or are they spending a lot of time in the storage room this season? Like, they just be chilling in the storage room.
I think because it's so many people who, one, it's so many people, there's so many places, and they're still trying to get their bearings. I do feel like it's more people in the storage room. Well, let me not say that. I feel like it's more pivotal conversations in the storage room than it was before. Because I feel like they're always in the storage room.
But I felt like in the storage room.
Yeah, pivotal conversations used to happen in like the nap area or the upstairs game room place outside the HOH or in the HOH room. Right. And this season, it seems like more pivotal things are happening in the storage room. So I think that's why they're showing it more.
I'm here for it. So now, if you don't want the spoiler, I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to go on and click out because we get ready to talk about who won
spoiler. Oh wait, so we talked about who got evicted?
Oh damn, Riley got evicted. My bad. How you feel about that? I thought we'd already talked about it. My bad.
I hated it. I did.
Yeah, because I wanted to flip. Riley had more game to play. I mean, I'm not here for Cameron. I feel like Cameron is going to eventually get on my nerves. Like I don't feel like he's doing a whole lot.
Yeah, he was getting on everybody's nerves in the house too. I like Cameron, but I liked Riley more, and I just felt like there was so much more game she had to play. Mm-hmm. I really think she should not have taken that first HOH. I think that was her biggest downfall. She should not have taken that first HOH, and she should have done more of a collective thought process with the house if she didn't want to get blood on her hands, because this was an interesting HOH. She didn't have to put people up. She had to take them down. So it should have been.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I was looking at Tiffany and
see, we just too empathetic. Go ahead, Really Be.
I was looking at Tiffany. I was looking at Tiffany and Corey's. I mean, not Corey. What's the boy's name? Breakdown on the winner's circle. And one thing.
Derek.
No, not Derek. The other one.
Cody.
I knew it was okay. I thought it was a C. They were talking about the fact. Tiffany was talking about the fact that one of the things that Riley did too was she sort of secluded herself. So like she would stay in her HOH room instead of mingling. Jeez. So people were building relationships in that first week, those first couple of days, and she wasn't in it. So I think that hurt her game as well. Her being HOH wasn't all of it. It was the fact that she didn't have a social game.
I didn't realize that. I talked to her today, and with the question that I asked her, she said that to me. And I did not realize that. Like, I don't know what I was doing first week. You know what? First week, I was like, look, I just want to watch the television show version of it, and then I'm going to dive into, it. I just, sometimes feeds they'll take over your life. Yeah. But when I asked her a question, I can't remember what the question was, but she was like, well, I stayed in my HOH room, and then everybody else was building. Like, she said exactly what you said. And I was thinking to myself, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, that's what Tiffany was saying. Tiffany was like that hurt her because she kind of waited for people to come to her in her HOH instead of her going there. And I don't think it was in a arrogant way. I just think she just was enjoying having a room to herself. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think she just, because she seems like she seems nice. She
She's
seems
likable.
really,
She's personable. She doesn't seem problematic in any way. She seems like a girl's girl, very fun. She seems like someone who's energetic. I don't see any red flags of like racism or problems. I think she just seems fun and just
yeah.
a white girl who's living life, and she seems relatable. I think it's so weird that she stayed upstairs.
Yeah. Thank you, Q. Q said, I'm loving this a really busy
Come
show.
on,
Great
really
combo.
busy.
Thank you. Really busy.
I love that. Yes.
Thank
Now
you
we
so
will be
much.
taking that in because you don't have copyrights to that cue.
We will be stealing it. Thank you so much. So, spoiler alert. I have one more thing to ask you. I'll ask you after we talk about this, though. Well, we can end on that. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So, if you don't want to know who the new HOH is.
Wait, what did you think about Riley's speech?
What
she say? What did she say?
Well, so like
I was looking at the TV like, what did she say?
Let me curl my hair.
When she sat down, she put her whole face in Cameron's lap. She was like, "I'm so embarrassed."
Like, I don't know.
Oh, that was my favorite part of the whole entire episode because I was talking to my fiance. I said, "Babe, what did she just say?"
What did you just say? Listen, I wasn't even halfway because I hate those little speeches because I wasn't even halfway listening, and I was like,
"What is she talking about?" I'm crying.
Okay, right? Like that's busy is stupid.
I was like, "What is she saying? What? Thank you, Julie. I'm sorry. Sit down. Right.
Just let it go. Just let it go. Hey, Sasha. Just let it go, girl. Let it go.
Oh, I have to collect myself. Oh my god.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask this in order then because the last thing we'll talk about is the new HOH. So if people want to click off, they can. But let me ask you about this. And I wasn't watching the live when they showed it, but how do you feel about Big Brother not making accommodations for Matt? From my understanding, he struggled with the veto competition. There was a whole breakdown. They had to stop the game and all of that. And I feel like you knew you chose somebody who was hearing impaired when you chose him. Yeah. Why weren't accommodations made knowing that he could play at any veto competition at any time? Why were there not accommodations made? I feel like that was so unfair to him. And I feel like it was he could have, who's to say he wouldn't have won the veto and could have been able to save Riley?
I agree. I first want to say I am excited for the equity and inclusion that Big Brother is at least attempting to embark on. But with that includes, I know we always say you need representation in front of the screen and you need it behind the screen as well. Because someone has to know, like, oh, as a person who's hard of hearing or as a person who's deaf, this game may not work. And how do we accommodate for that? So I think that there is just a big ball that's being dropped with that aspect. And it is frustrating that these first couple of competitions, he has to try to, because he said he reads lips. He has to try to listen to Julie. I don't know if someone's there signing. He doesn't know sign language. He said, because he learned how to mouth and read lips. So is there someone there with a sign helping him, making sure that he's reading it, giving him a piece of paper? I think they're on the right path of what they're doing, but behind the scenes, you also have to do that strategic work on how does this work for them?
Exactly. And you're right. You're so right. It's great to say, oh, we're going to, equity and inclusion, but you're not putting all the things in place to make sure that what that looks like. You're absolutely correct. So I mean, I didn't when I saw that Veto, I was like, okay, so how is I said it. I'm like, how does Matt hear that? Like they could have given him records with Braille. I don't know if he reads Braille. I don't know. I don't know how they could have done it, but it just seems to me like they just didn't think. They just
it's been unfair. I think they're gonna get better and this sucks specifically for Matt. I think they're learning as they go, but it puts him at a deficit as he's like, I'm a contestant. I'm trying to play and win just like everybody else.
And that was an important veto because if he wins that veto, it's a whole nother conversation because I think he absolutely
he could have took Riley down.
And there's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Riley's gone. And are we ready? You guys, I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't want to know who the new HOH is, you might want to click off because we're going to have a quick conversation about the new HOH and make some predictions.
Yeah.
So, going once, going twice.
You better get time.
Okay. So the new HOH is Miss Felicia. And I'm here for it. I cannot wait to see how she won. I cannot wait to see it. I
don't even know what the HOH was. I haven't been hearing them even talk about it. Like, what did Miss Felicia want over everybody else?
Right. What did she do? I feel like it had to be one of those, like, remember, like you had to get answer the right questions or something because I mean, no disrespect to Miss Felicia, but I mean, we know it wasn't an endurance comp. Like, I'm just Explore. Thank you for being a new sub. She said, welcome. I think it was a scramble. Okay, I can see Miss Felicia winning a scramble.
Okay.
But baby, I was so here for Felicia. Now, do you think they're going to still stick to the plan to try to backdoor Heisem?
I was going to ask you that. One, I don't think it's smart to do so. They have the numbers on their side, yes, and people don't like him, yes. But why? If I know the girls don't like you, why would I be the one to take you out, girl? I could take out the other team, lower because Big Brother's a numbers game. Lower their numbers, and then somebody else will get you later because you're not right, smart. And you're getting worse and worse.
Y'all make sure y'all welcome Dina the Explorer, my tribe. Y'all make sure y'all welcome her to the tribe. Thank you for being a new sub, and thank you for dropping down. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean,
would you do
I agree with you. That's actually valid because you give. Basically, you almost sacrifice him for when the other team wins because he's the low hanging fruit. Actually, that's smart. You're right. You're absolutely right. Well, at first I was thinking get Heisem out, but now what you just said,
it's a numbers game.
So I would, if I were on, the professors, I'm looking at the other side of the house. Again, I don't want too much blood on my hands, but I want to get rid of somebody from the other team. I'd probably just go for Cameron or Corey. I heard that Corey's kind of ruffling some feathers too, but Corey's actually playing both sides.
He is, and I think that he's doing a good job. I think he was ruffling feathers in the beginning. I think he's kind of calmed down a little bit. At least that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that he's calmed down a little bit. I saw a spoiler today, so I know who is definitely going to go up.
Okay. Only that's what one Steph said that the noms are already out too. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Babe, see who the noms are. I know who one of them is. I don't know who the other one is. This is how I talk to my fiance like an assistant. I don't know why he stays with me.
Listen, I've never even met that man, but I know he don't put up with your ish. So whatever you give, I know he give it back.
No, he doesn't. He is a bother. I want to say though, let me tell you what okay, so this is a double-edged sword. Y'all know I went to HBCU. I'm very pro-black, and I care a lot about like imagery, like black imagery. Okay, don't say.
Excuse me, Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir.
Just text it.
I'm sorry.
Now he's
I'm
so
sorry.
dramatic.
Sorry.
He's so dramatic. So I care about Black imagery. I care about what it looks like, image wise. And I know we're getting to a space where we could actually stop looking at stuff like that. But, and I don't know if I even want to publicly say this, right? But it did make me very upset when they showed her opening up her HOH box, and she was so happy. She was so happy about Lori's, and like she was happy about.
But let me ask you a question: When have we? And I know that they don't really show the whole HOH room stuff anymore. But when have we ever? Somebody have gotten their HOH box and it is full of fucking seeds. Like they can't get your in the pantry. You can't put in a request.
And that's what bothered me. Why is it full of? Y'all could have gave her chip stuff like that, and then in the kitchen, because she's been saying she wants this stuff every day. Now there is a list that you're supposed to write your request on in the house, and then you ask for it. But she just talks to Big Brother out loud. That's what I do love about Miss Felicia. She's like, Mr. B, can we get some Lori's? Like that's how she does it. But in her, I think they just used up all of the stuff in her box to give her seasonings, and she was so excited about it. And I was thinking, y'all couldn't give her something else.
Oh, why am I? Go ahead.
I just felt like y'all couldn't give her something else, though. Like, tell her, look at the pantry, too. Like, give a note that says, go to the pantry, too. Go to the cabinet, too. But to, like, make her whole box, I'm sure there's other things. Pickle pig. Who knows what she like, chitlins? I don't know. But it could have been other stuff in her box and then a note that said, go to the pantry, too. But for her to open it, and I know she was so excited about it. She loved it. She was screaming with joy, and I love to see it. It's just an internal piece of me, and this is me being ridiculous. It's an internal piece of me who was like, oh, so y'all just gonna put seasoning in the Black person HOH and not just put it in the house. She could give her something else. Lay's potato chips.
Because I saw that clip. I saw that clip today, and I was looking at that clip, and I was like,
it bothered me internally. I felt some type of way, and I hate to do Big Brother like this because I don't think anything's wrong with it. Truly, like if you look at it at face value, nothing's wrong with it. She's happy about the stuff that she got. But girl, those are like just staple seasonings. If you put salt and pepper in the house, just put a little bit of Lori's. Put a little bit of ground ginger, like just put regular stuff in the house, onion powder, garlic powder, put it in the house, and you seeing her unwrap it and getting excited about it.
But I mean, I get it, like you said, I get it. It was probably like a little tongue in cheek, but I'm with you. When I saw it, I was like, what? Now, Dina the Explorer says she is literally blackening salmon as we speak.
I bet so.
She better be. She better use all that seasoning. All of it.
She is. The thing is, when I say she's been very vocal about what she wants. She want to make sandwiches. She was like, I need white and wheat bread, but she just talks to the cameras. She yells it out. She'll be in the kitchen and she'll be like, Mr. B, can you get us? We need turkey, sliced salmon, white and wheat bread.
I love
and like
her.
That's how she talks to the camera. But you gotta order it.
I live for these clips because I just watch the clips on Twitter. When I say I live for these clips with her and Sari. They are hilarious.
You don't have the Paramount app? You're not watching it on Paramount?
I have the Paramount. I told you I don't really, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
At least turn it on. You know what I have learned is background noise. And I am a person who I operate in chaos. Like I'm really bad when it's quiet because my own thoughts come in and I don't like my own thoughts. So I just turn it on, and I turn it on. You ever watched the feeds before? You've watched the feeds before online,
yeah, I watched
right?
them before. I just always seem to cut it on at the times that are just boring. Like I turn it on
quad. I watch all 4 cameras at once. And
Wow.
yeah, it's really bad. And it's just chaos. And then when I see something happening, because sometimes some stuff be going down, I think you're looking for like big explosive moments. But I think in Big Brother, what's really good are the conversations that people are having and not necessarily the blowouts, the blow-ups.
Okay.
Because when you're seeing them, I remember when Izzy was talking to Sari one time, and she's like, "You're my mom, and I really love you, and there's nobody else like you." This and that. It's like, girl, you're a psycho. But I loved watching I
Listen,
love watching it.
Izzy gives me single white female. Like I really feel like Izzy would like move across the street from Sari after the season and be like, "You're my best friend." like I really feel like that Sari would go down to her Starbucks and Izzy would be sitting there going like, "Hey neighbor," like I really
Yeah,
feel
I
like
already got your drink.
like I really feel like I could see that going on. I really feel like I could just see Izzy just moving wherever they live, her and her imaginary girlfriend. Because I'm not convinced that Izzy really has a girlfriend. I'm not convinced.
Really?
I just feel like Izzy. Listen, I like Izzy, but I feel like Izzy is that person that is just extra all the time, and you be like, I need you to bring that down like 100.
So I did I don't want to say I did a deep dive, but people have been posting her. I think well, maybe it's because she's a part of the LGBTQIA community. And a lot of those individuals, if they're not white men and racist, they gravitate towards other communities of color. And that girl is around all the rappers. Like she was on a tiny desk.
Oh, really?
Yes, girl. I be wanting to get tickets to the tiny desk, but they say only people who are at NPR can get it. And I'm thinking, I know where the office is.
Izzy, I'm calling you Izzy. Busy. I was just having that conversation last Saturday. I was over my cousin's house. We were playing cards, and we were listening.
Yeah.
We just had all the tiny desks playing like as a playlist,
So
and we
good.
were having that exact same conversation. We were like, "How do we get?"
You have to work there.
You have to work at NPR.
You have to work there, or you could take a tour. And if a concert's happening as you do the tour, you can go to it.
Man.
But those are the only ways. And we know exactly where it is downtown.
Right there,
it ain't hard to find a place.
I used to pass it every day
sell it.
When I used to work in downtown. Well, I worked in Southwest and then I worked on K Street. I literally used to pass that damn building every day.
It's only for people who work there. And I guess that keeps it a little bit safer and in a more of a box and more confined. But no, nobody can go to it. But I mean, I say all to say it's kind of cool.
Too. It's really a small space too. So
it's a tiny desk.
Damn. So who did she do the tiny desk for? Do you remember who she did it for?
I want to say, did Juvenile have one? She was playing the flute in the background.
Hold on. Yes, Juvenile's just came out it came out like at the end of June.
Okay, I want to say it was him.
You haven't seen Juvenile's tiny desk?
No, I'm not watching Juvenile's tiny desk. No, I love when artists have a tiny desk. Only ones I've ever watched like religiously: Megan Thee Stallion, Jasmine Sullivan's. I watched when Brian McKnight, not Brian McKnight. What's his name? Tony Edmonds. What's his name? His real name? Babyface. When he had his. I'll figure out who it is, but it was a rapper. I want to say it was the Juvenile one.
It's a white girl here, but she's not a flautist.
Yeah, it's her, and she. When I say she playing the hell out of it, she playing the hell out of it. So once I get it, I'll send it to you. So he said he can't find her. See, it's hard to get good work around here these days. He can't figure out who is nominated, but y'all, I saw Miss Felicia having a conversation with Cameron.
Oh, sorry.
And she said everything but you going up.
Oh, okay.
So I know for a fact which is kind of sad. But she said because he just got off the block, girl. I
hope Cameron doesn't end up becoming everybody's pawn. Like, you know how that seems to happen every season, where it's that one person that's just always. Like, I hope that's not what it ends up happening.
But you know what? Sometimes the forever pawn wins, or they at least get to the end. You remember Taylor was a forever pawn.
Taylor was on the block. She broke the record, didn't she?
Yeah, and she got to the end. What's that girl who? Oh, it was a. I think her name was Victoria. She was a
It's in
forever
the
pawn
chat.
too.
Busy. It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
It's Jag and Cam. But how the internet know before you? We're gonna have a talk. No, okay.
I like Jag though. I like Jag.
I do. I like him a lot. As I started watching the feeds more, I started realizing how much of how personable he is. His story's interesting, his background's interesting, he's caring, he's kind, and he doesn't seem like he's putting on for anyone.
No, I think he's genuine. Like I hope this is who we really see because I like him. I do like Jag.
I don't want him to go. I'm mad he's done. Question. Okay, because they've kind of alluded to this. But I want to get your take.
It's okay.
You feel like
we had already talked about who the HOH was, so we might as well talk about the noms. It's cool.
Oh, I didn't want to get spoiled. Oh yeah, we already said we were spoiling stuff. It's cool. Steph one of my day. Well, she was one of my ride or dies.
I've seen Steph around. Did
you feel like the only reason Heisen been acting the way he is because he's not a part of the young kids?
You think, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the professors would have been his first choice.
He don't like them. He wanted to be a part of the other group.
That was his first choice.
He don't like them. And I think
fine, Dina. You're fine, babes. You're fine.
You saw when I think it was last episode, right? When he was talking to who did he have the conversation? Was it Blue? And Blue had a conversation with Corey, and then Corey told everybody else. Who did he talk to? How did that conversation go? He talked to one person and was like, to be honest, I mean, I like my people, but I wouldn't have been a part of them, and I kind of like yours.
Oh,
and then,
that was That was it Jag?
Was it Jag? I thought he was talking to a girl, and the girl told Corey, and Corey told everybody.
I think it was Blue. I think it might have been Blue.
It was America. It was America.
It was America.
And he went to America and was like, I like y'all more. I like y'all more. Y'all seem more amazing.
And it went right back to them, and they was like,
I feel like he's confirming the fact that I've been feeling like you only mad and acting this way because you didn't want to be a part of this group. And that's really what your feelings are hurt about.
That's really what it is.
Okay, so what's your predictions? What you think about to happen for Veto? Who you think gonna go?
So I think Jag has more allies in the house than Cameron.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Jag is the target. I think Cameron is the target. It'll come down to if Red wins the veto, because Red, I think, is the only person that would take Cameron off. I think Red is the only person that would take Cameron down if he wins the veto. So if Red doesn't win the veto, I think we go. I mean, Jag could always win the veto and take himself down. But if the noms stay the same, Cameron goes home, I think. Barring any major catastrophe or whatever. But if they do decide to backdoor, which I see it your way now. At first I was like, backdoor Heisen, but now I'm like, I see where you're coming from. I understand that strategy. But if they still decide to backdoor Heisen, then they'll take somebody down and put Heisen up. But if they do that, listen, that's one of those things. If you swing, you better hit it out the park.
Oh, you better not miss.
Heisen is a comp beast, but the fact that Heisen sort of double crossed them, they have a valid reason to go after Heisen.
They do, but think about it this way. He also has showed his cards to the other side, and they could put him on the block and to backdoor him, and all he has to do is go to the other side and be like, look, y'all saw how many competitions I won. I can use, and y'all can use me as a shield.
That's true.
Y'all can use me as a person who's going to keep y'all safe. They turned on me. They turned their back on me. So, and I'm going to be indebted to y'all. So if y'all put y'all numbers behind me, we could take this thing to the end.
That's true. All right, you guys. So listen. This has been fun. I look
It
forward to
has
next
been,
week. I look
yes.
forward. This has been fun. Listen, if you guys are not already subscribed to Busy Blue, make sure that y'all are checking him out. And his
Come on
shorts,
over.
his recap shorts are hilarious on Big Brother. But what
That's
else
all
you got
my
going
bae.
on? Right. Go. What else is going on? I know what else you got going on, but tell us what else you got going on over there on your channel. Busy?
Yes, so feel free to follow me. So I kind of do Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. The show's kind of gotten boring, and I want to do recaps on things that I think are interesting. So check me out there. I hear Candy and the Gang's coming back. We do
Yes.
Candy and the Gang on our channel. I love everything reality. And if I'm not on my channel, you can check me out on Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, which is a channel with Jessica Milagros, who used to be on Big Brother. We do once a week recaps over there as well, and then we do exit interviews on that
Thank you,
channel.
El
And then
Teddy. El Teddy dropped Busy Blue's link. So yeah,
you're amazing, L Teddy. And I think that's pretty much everything outside of, make sure you follow me on Sipping Key. It's me and my friend. We do weekly just random stuff on that channel. We talk about pop culture and news. And that's pretty much it.
and if you
Thank
guys
you
came
so
over from
much, Really B, for having me over here.
No, this has been really fun. And if you guys came over from Busy's channel, thank y'all for coming over, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join us over here. We have a good
Boom.
time over here.
I'll be here every week, y'all.
Yeah, the collab is gonna be every Friday. Yep.
Yes.
We're gonna be here while Big Brother and recapping Big Brother, and I'm so here for it because I love Big Brother and The Amazing Race are probably my two favorite
Me
competition
too.
shows.
Me too. And you know, the girls don't like Amazing Race like they used to.
No, they not giving it the love. I think
Yeah.
you know what I think. I think they changed some of the rules to make it easier. And so, like for example, remember the old days of Amazing Race where like if you fucked up your reservations, like you would be penalized, or if
Yeah,
you didn't get
girl.
the
And you
right, you know,
gone.
if you didn't plan, if you had the wrong layover, or people tried to be like, oh well, if we take this flight, we can get it. Now they're like everybody takes the same flight, and everybody it's like
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
they
that's
took
gonna
things off
change
to make
after
it
the
too
restrictions
easy.
are done, though. But I
Yeah.
did not like that they would, but they do kind of group them sometimes. They're like, okay, second group, first group, but it still gives that like the era of everybody on the same page. And I
Yeah.
don't like that. And but one thing I do like about Amazing Race is that when you get a Big Brother duo on there, they win it.
Yeah.
Because we the best. I love Big Brother.
We the best. All right, y'all. We about to be out. I gotta let Busy get back to date night with the
Yes.
fiance. Thank you so much, Busy. I'm gonna hit the button, y'all. Thank y'all being here. Y'all have a good one. Busy, hold on a quick second because I gotta ask you something off